I used to be an academic and career advisor for undergraduate students at the New School. And something I would constantly ask them in terms of when they wanted to decide their majors, they would almost always come in with, okay, well, my mom wants me to major in this. My dad wants me to major in this. And I would tell them, you're the one who has to show up every single day and take these classes, write the papers and do the work. So you have to be in tune with what internally you want to know more about and what you desire beyond anyone or what anyone is telling you. And that's how you should pick your major. What are you going to be able to commit to? What topic, what modes of knowing are you going to be able to commit to a large portion of your time across the next 4 years to thinking about, to learning about, to thinking with? And you have to use that desire to decide what you're going to do. And I think the college classroom and picking classes and being somebody who talks to people about the kinds of classes and majors that they want to have is a space where, as a faculty member and then as an academic and career advisor, I constantly tell students, this is a space where you have to start articulating and being aware of your own intuition, your own desires, and your own wants, because it is that is going to propel you through the 4 years. When any parent tells you what they want for you, that's not going to motivate you to get up every day. Maybe for some it will. That's a short gas tank. You might be able to make it to the end of 4 years, but I don't know what kind of condition you're going to have. What would you say? That's like a finite, limited resource there. But when you have your own desire and your own wants, structuring your intellectual life, when you can channel for yourself and answer the question, what do I want to know more? What do I have a great desire to know more about? Then that is an infinite resource. There's no limit to that. It's constantly replenishing. What is that? It's a reusable resource. So when we think about what does it mean to channel, the first question that I think to myself, the first question that I think about when I think about my intellectualism and when I think about how I try to mentor and encourage the intellectualism within the young people who are around me is answering the question of what do you want to know more about and what do you desire to know more about? Now, the second question, which gets into more of the kind of spiritual side of channeling, if the first question was that of intellectualism, is what wants to be known through you? Now, this is actually somewhat the same question of what do you desire to know more about? Because I personally think what one desires to know more about, you reaching for that thing, for that tradition, for that history, for that particular thinker, for that particular ancestor, to me personally, is also a question of what wants to be known through me, what is also reaching for me. So for me, that was Black women and femmes who were thinking about political economies. We're thinking about religion, spirituality, lived experience, what it means to know, what it means to know in defiance of the world that is. I was reaching for that, but through pursuing that and now maturing into this phase right now, I was 18 when I started college. Now I'm 31 as a professor. I can say extremely confidently I was reaching for that, but that's also because that was reaching for me. Now, again, this is a podcast at the intersections of the spiritual and the intellectual, right? I'm telling you that channeling looks like two questions, one intellectual, one spiritual, and they're actually two different sides of the same question. Those two questions being, what do I desire? What do I want to know more about? And then the other being, what desires to know through me? To me, those are two different sides of the same coin. But those are questions that are going to help you answer what is trying to channel me. You're never going to know what is reaching for you and what you want to reach for if you are not tapped into your own embodied knowledge of what actually motivates you, what sparks your interest, what piques your ears up. If you feel like nothing piques your ears up, you need to do some work in terms of thinking for yourself, of having knowledge about what your own desires are. And once you tap into that, let me tell you, you're going to be off to the races because that is a renewable resource.